The political arena today is rife with dishonesty, manipulation, and betrayal. And while some may attempt to veil their actions behind the veneer of legitimacy, the truth is often lurking just beneath the surface. In the case of the Brexit Party and its transformation into Reform UK, we are witnessing the tragic unraveling of a movement that started with a genuine purpose but has degenerated into a battleground of self-interest and personal vendettas. The accusations against Nigel Farage are not merely the disgruntled ramblings of a former party member. They represent a damning indictment of political opportunism that must be addressed head-on, lest we continue to allow a political elite to act with impunity. Farage, a man who once portrayed himself as a champion of the people, has proven himself no different from the very establishment he claims to despise. His rise to prominence was built on the promise of delivering the people's will on Brexit, but in reality, it appears his true interest was securing his personal and financial future. The very foundation of the Brexit Party was intended to provide an alternative, a break from the status quo. Yet what we have witnessed is the exact same Machiavellian maneuvering that plagues every other major political party in the UK. The fact that the party was transformed from a not-for-profit entity into a for-profit operation after Catherine Blakelock's departure is a clear signal of the underlying cynicism guiding Farage's actions. This is not a man fighting for ideals. This is a man fighting for his own gain. And yet, many continue to cling to the myth that he is some kind of principled outsider. It's time for that illusion to shatter. The allegations of fraudulent documentation and breach of trust that Blakelock has leveled against Farage cannot be dismissed lightly. Farage may claim that these accusations are nothing more than sour grapes from a disgruntled former leader, but this is precisely the kind of response we expect from someone more concerned with maintaining their grip on power than confronting legitimate grievances. Let us be clear. Any attempt to manipulate legal documents to obscure or erase a foundational agreement made with a former party leader is not a matter of personal conflict. It's a matter of integrity. Farage may try to discredit Blakelock as a disgruntled ex-member, but these charges demand serious scrutiny. The idea that Farage and his allies manipulated the party's structure to exclude Blakelock and others who were once integral to its formation is not just an accusation. It is a betrayal of the very principles that the Brexit Party was supposed to represent. Farage's move from the Brexit Party to Reform UK was marketed as an evolution, but in truth, it was a rebranding exercise designed to give him a fresh start, free from the baggage of Brexit, yet devoid of the fundamental principles that once defined the party. Farage was, and continues to be, the quintessential political opportunist, pivoting and shifting when the winds of public opinion change, and always positioning himself to benefit most from the changing tide. But what happens when the storm he helped create finally catches up to him? The answer lies in Blakelock's claims. If these allegations are true, they paint a portrait of a man who sought to exploit every opportunity, from reneging on personal agreements to manipulating the party's legal structure for his own benefit. This isn't the behavior of a man who cares about the people. It's the behavior of someone deeply entrenched in the self-serving world of politics, where the rules are bent and broken to suit personal ambitions. Equally troubling is the allegation of harassment and bullying. These accusations carry weight far beyond mere interpersonal conflict. Political movements are, in many ways, the sum of their people. The treatment of those who dissent or question the direction of a movement speaks volumes about the values of those in charge. If Farage's leadership involved not only exploiting people for personal gain, but also using intimidation to break down and silence dissent, then we are not looking at a political party led by a principled figure, but by a bully willing to crush those who stand in his way. The accusation that Farage emotionally harassed Blakelock to the point of forcing her out of her own creation is not just an issue for Blakelock. It is a warning for anyone who dares to challenge Farage's control. Farage and his loyalists may attempt to dismiss Blakelock as a mere footnote in the party's history, but the reality is that her actions force us to ask uncomfortable questions about the legitimacy of Reform UK's leadership. What other manipulations are occurring behind closed doors? What other promises have been broken? The public deserves answers, and they deserve them now. As we approach the upcoming local elections, it is crucial that we demand accountability. The Reform Party, under Farage's stewardship, has positioned itself as an alternative to the established political order. But the more we learn about Farage's actions and those of his closest allies, the clearer it becomes that this so-called alternative is merely another symptom of the same corrupt political culture that has taken root in the UK. Farage's failure to live up to his own promises, both to the people and to his colleagues, exposes him as a fraud. He is no different from the very politicians he has spent years attacking. The difference now is that the public has the opportunity to hold him accountable. The clock is ticking. Will we continue to allow this charade to play out, or will we demand the transparency and integrity that political leaders should be held to? The choice, as always, is ours.